ahead and get started. So welcome, my name is Claire. I am teaching Barre, and I'm going to read our waiver before we get started. In order to make these classes as freely accessible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you're participating in a yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. All right, so with that, we are going to go ahead and get started. If you can meet me, you all can meet me at your mat. You can go ahead and play our playlist. I sadly cannot listen along, so it doesn't mess with the audio, but I encourage you to listen to that or whatever playlist you'd like. If you want to meet me, we're going to have our feet at shoulder distance apart, always keeping a slight bend of those knees, never locking them. And we're just going to start by rolling out our shoulders towards the front of the room, maybe having a slight bounce in those legs as we go up and down, getting accustomed to the music and our body moving. Maybe we've been sitting all day. I definitely have, so nice warm up to get us into this quick little class. And we're gonna switch directions in 3, 2, 1, going backwards, opening up those shoulders. I think Fleetwood Mac starts and then it's ABBA, so you can teeter between those two. Very different vibes, but my two favorite, well, it's very basic, but it's some of my favorite bands. So we have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Straightening those legs. We're going to take our right hand across our body, grabbing it either in front of or behind our elbow, but not actually holding onto it for a nice stretch of our hands, keeping that slight bend in those legs, never locking them. Good, and then bringing our left hand across for a nice stretch again. You might see some of my Halloween decorations. I had to move them so I could place this on a little table. This is them behind me. All right, you can bring your feet into first position. You're gonna bring your heels to almost touching or touching. Some nice soft V in those legs. Don't overturn out, making sure you're comfortable. We're going to start by putting our hands on our hips and just lifting those heels off the ground, energizing, and then lowering down. Waking up our ankles and our legs, our calves. I like to picture zipping up and unzipping as we come in and out of releve. That just helps me visualize the movement needed. And if you want, you can bring your hands out to second, and when you come up, bring them above your head and lower down. So we're waking up our arms and our legs. Maybe if you want, you can make them a little more lyrical, flowing up and down, if that's something that you enjoy. I definitely like making things a little bit more lyrical, throwing back to my ballet days, if you would like. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Shooting your right leg out, we're going to bring ourselves into second position. For second position, you want your feet a little bit more than shoulder distance apart. With your hands out at your side, we're going to go into grand plie, shooting those knees out, making sure our knees don't come in above our toes, keeping them right around our ankles. Nice neutral spine, not tucking out or in our glutes, just nice and neutral. And we're going to come out of second position, bringing those hands above our head again, and then down. Once again, picturing that zipper. We're just a little bit more spread out this time. With this neutral spine, I like to picture you're sliding up and down a wall, feeling our heart rate raise a little bit. I definitely, in this small college room, always feel a little like I'm in an oven by the time I finish this Barre class. I think maybe next time I might try it outside if the weather permits. That'd be nice. We have 4, 3, we're gonna change it up a bit, 2, 1. Next time you come up, we're gonna shift our weight to our left foot, bringing our right arm above our head for a nice oblique stretch, and then come back down to second, and then come into our left arm above our head, and then transitioning between these two. Making sure that when we come down into that second position, We're still keeping all of our alignment right. Nice wide stance, keeping those glutes neutral. Feeling that your obliques awakening, your arms, maybe just feeling your heart rate raise. As we go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're now going to face our feet towards the front of the room and go into some side lunges. We're going to start with our right side, bringing that knee down, keeping that knee above your ankle, not going above your toe, shooting your hips back. We're just going to come up and repeat on the other side, going down and up. If you would like, with your arms, you can bring that opposite arm to leg and bring that other arm up to the ceiling and down. We're going to do a few more and then add on. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one. This time when you come up, you're going to shift all your weight to that left leg and bring that right leg up, and you can bring those arms above your head and then shift them back down to that right lunge, tapping that toe, and then coming back up. Making sure you're maintaining your balance and control, keeping that core engaged. Maybe if you need help with balance, I always recommend picking a spot in the room to fix on as you hold up and lower down. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Good. You can come back up. We're going to repeat that on our left side. So this time, shooting our hips back towards our left side, making sure that knee is above our ankle, not going above our toes, and straightening up. Oh, I'm feeling my heart rate start to get raised. Like I said, very little circulation in this room. All right, we're going to bring our opposite arm to leg and up. I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you are new to Barre, welcome. Barre is a combination of yoga, Pilates, and ballet. We focus on targeting smaller muscle groups to give you a more well-rounded workout throughout your week. All right, getting comfortable. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. This time we're going to lift that leg up to our side, lifting it up, and then coming back down, opposite arm to leg. Tonight, I'm very excited. I've been trying to incorporate a lot of spooky movies into my Halloween festivities. So I'm watching a horror movie tonight. I'm gonna pop popcorn and everything, because if you know me, I love the movies, and I'm just trying to simulate it. No, it's never the same. Nothing beats movie theater popcorn. This is where my mind goes. We have 4, 3, last 2. Good, last 1. Good job. Coming up, we're gonna bring our feet to the edge of our mat, regaining our breath, bringing our hands to the sides of our head, shooting them down nice and flat back till our hands are at our toes, and then walking out into a plank position. For our plank position of today's class, you wanna make sure you're drawing a straight line from that shoulder to those wrists, spreading out your fingers nice and wide, engaging that core. So you have a nice flat back, you're not drooping, nice and engaged. We're gonna open up those hips by bringing our right leg forward to the outside of that right hand and just leaning into that stretch. Regaining our breath a bit, maybe. I don't know about you guys. And then shooting that right leg back, and then bringing our left leg forward to the outside of our left leg, leaning into that stretch, opening up that hip. We've been sitting all day. We need to open these up before we get into the meat of our class. Shooting that leg back. We'll do our right leg one more time and our left. Good work. Last one. And we're gonna finish up our warm up by just shooting our legs back, our hips back into a nice downward dog. Stretching out those calf muscles, walking the dog, bending one leg and then the other. Nice pedaling of the feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. You can go down to plank, bring those knees onto the ground and come to your side. That finishes up our warm-up. We're going to transition into our arms workout. Like I said, this is really a body weight workout. You can use weights if you want, but you don't have to. We're gonna start by using a move. Shout out to Liza, my mentor, who's here today, who came up with this great move. We're gonna come down onto our side. I'm on my left side. You're gonna take your bottom inside hand and wrap it above around your body, bringing your right hand or top hand, whichever one that is for you, to the side of your body, palms nice and spread out right towards your shoulder. And using that top hand, we're gonna use that to push us up our upper body off the ground a few inches and lower back down. And we're just gonna do this, making sure our hips are stacked on top of each other. Really just using that hand to slowly give yourself a nice controlled lift up and down. I don't know where you guys are yet in the playlist. Maybe you're still listening to some Fleetwood Mac, giving yourself some nice fall vibes, or you're listening to ABBA, which I think is the epitome of summer, because even though these vibes don't match at all, they're still very powerful groups, and I'm very proud of that playlist and the combination. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down. We're going to repeat that on the other side, but to break things up, we are going to flip onto our stomach, bring our hands to the sides of our body. We're going to do 5 clean push-ups. For your push-ups, you have a few options. You can have yourself on your knees for a modified push-up, or you can be up on your toes, knees spread out in a nice plank position. For either one, you're going to shoot your hands out towards the side, fingers nice and spread out, and bringing yourself up with a nice flat back and chest. So choose whatever option you want. We're going to do 5 clean push-ups now, and then do it again after we repeat our little arm workout on the other side. So picking your options, either on the knees or up on your toes. We're going to do 5 clean push-ups with me. Here we go. 1, down, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Whew, good work. We're going to transition onto our other side now. You can regain your breath for a second. We're going to repeat that combo and then go into standing. So coming onto your side, you're going to have that bottom hand wrapped around your body, top hand placed right by your shoulders, hips stacked on top of each other. And using that hand, you're going to lift your upper body a few inches off the ground and back down. Whenever I do these classes, always, when I'm on the floor, I'm like, ooh, Claire, you got a Swiffer. It's time. I Swiffered a few days ago, but I'm kind of obsessed with Swiffering, and I think it's time again. So these classes keep me accountable when it comes to cleaning my room. Feeling that burn, I don't know about you guys, we have 4, 3, 2, last one. Good work. All right, we're gonna finish this up once again, 5 push-ups. If you can choose whatever option you want. Maybe if you did the modified last time, you can do 5 full up on the ground or not, whatever you are feeling today. This is your workout and whatever feels right for you and the intentions you set. Making sure you have space like I am, choosing your options. Here we go for 5 clean push-ups. Down and up. I feel like that speaker in gym class in high school. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, the down, up, 2. This is our last one. Good work. You can come back on your knees. Shoot your hands back into child's pose. If you feel like you maybe put a lot of weight on those wrists, we can do a quick little wrist stretch. Flipping your palm so it's facing up towards the side, the top of your hand is facing towards the mat. Just leaning into that wrist a bit to give it a nice stretch. And then you can switch to the other hand. If you want, you can grab a quick sip of water where we transition into the remainder of our arms workout. Just making sure we're good on time. All right, so meet me with a nice wide stance, like you'd be going into second position grand plie, because I will give you the option to do so in a bit. We're going to start by placing our hands out towards our sides with our palms facing up. And we're just going to pulse up for 2, then flip our palms so they're facing the back of the room and back for 2. Up, 2, back, 2. If any of you have joined me in these classes before or any workout class like this, you can attest that doing this without any weight quickly becomes very challenging. If you want to use light hand weights, 1 to 3 pounds, you have those available. You can just hold them like so in your wrists, but it's not necessary. I am already feeling the burn. I'm sure you are too. Making sure with all of these workouts, you're not locking those legs. You keep a nice light bend in those knees. Making sure we're protecting our knees. We have 4. We're going to keep our hands up. 3, 2, last 1. Facing our palms up or down towards the ceiling. We're just going to do some big arm circles. So palms facing down, going towards the front of the room. We're doing big circles. Nice and slow and controlled. Palms facing down. We're going to do a little Goldilocks thing. We're going to do big, medium, and small. That's kind of Goldilocks-ish. Not good. I never was a fan of that story. She always, don't go in and eat other people's stuff. That's what I always say. I would be mad too. I'm on the team of the Bears. That was a tangent. We're going to the middle range now, so medium-sized circles. You guys get to follow my brain on just weird tangents that I go through throughout the day. These medium-sized circles, they're smaller than the big circles. Here you go. I'm definitely starting to feel that burn. We have 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're doing small circles. So these are tiny, tiny circles, really miniature circles as we go on tiny little circles. And then we're going to repeat it going backwards. So mentally prepare yourself for that. If you need to shake out your hands, you're more than welcome to do so. As we go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to switch directions. So I'm going backwards down these small circles. Oh baby, I'm feeling that burn. I always feel that when we change directions. I don't know if you guys do too. Going backwards for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now doing those medium-sized circles. I know you're probably screaming at me. My arms are screaming at me, but we're gonna get nice burn out of those arms in this medium range. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost done. We have those big range circles now. Oh, we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. You can shake out those hands for a minute. We're not quite done with our arms portion yet. We're going to finish up our arms section with some bicep curls. So bringing those hands out to the side, we're just going to curl our arms like we're squeezing them, like we're flexing our muscles for everyone to see, because we are. And then we're going to bring them back out. And if you want to add on, you can shoot those legs out into a nice second position and straighten when you curl up. We're flexing our nice ballerina muscles. Whew. Really feeling that burn. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Everyone shake out those hands. That finishes up our arm section. We're going to transition into our bar section of our workout. We can really quickly stretch our hands though. So bringing our right hand out in front of us, palm facing away, pulling out those fingers while keeping a slight bend in those legs. I hope you guys, I keep mentioning the playlist, but I'm very proud of it. I don't know if you're on Stevie, Fleetwood Mac, or ABBA. You can stretch arms. I saw this tweet once that said there should be a Fleetwood Mac version of Mamma Mia, but it's about witches in the woods. And that's the exact reason I want to work in Hollywood, is to make that movie, because it needs to happen. So that's just a little fun fact about me. All right, we're going to place both hands on our bar to transition into our bar workout. We're going to do a lunge series, then a little bit of some donkey kicks, and a little ballerina squat. So starting off, we're going to place both hands on the bar or on your hips, whatever you would prefer, but make sure you keep those hips square towards the bar like there are 2 spotlights on them and they're facing back towards that bar. You're going to shoot your right leg out, making a nice wide stance. And we're just gonna go down into a nice, easy lunge. Nice 90-degree bend on both those legs, making sure our knee doesn't go above our toes, keeping it nice and square as we lower down and straighten. Lowering down, nice and controlled. We're gonna add on to this. We're gonna do some pulses because this is bar, and it would not be bar without some pulses to make you really feel that burn. Whew. Maybe going to the beat if you want to, or you can do it to silence or my voice. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're gonna go all the way down, and we're gonna go halfway up in that mid-range, all the way down and halfway up. We're not fully straightening our legs. Maybe your legs are starting to shake a bit. They're not used to staying in this mid-range. Mine certainly are feeling it. Halfway down, or all the way down, halfway up for 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're gonna stay down and pulse for 16, 15. Making sure that these pulses, they're intentional movements. We're not bouncing, we're just going up and down an inch. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring that weight onto that front leg. We're gonna transition into some donkey kicks. So keeping a slight leg in that's bent in that standing leg. You can either lean over the bar or just keep your hands on the bar. We're gonna make a nice 90-degree bend with that front foot. And once I reposition myself, we're going to crunch that knee in towards our chest and then kick it up towards the ceiling. Crunch in, kick up, making sure our hips are staying square. They're not opening up. Almost picturing there's a string on the end of that heel and it's pulling up towards the ceiling. Whew, I am sweating. It was a beautiful day out today. Very, not fall, very spring, summerish, which is nice. But I do love fall. We have 4, 3, we're gonna pulse it. 2, last one, we're pulsing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg in, but we're not quite done yet. We're gonna bring our right leg still bent out towards the side, like we're a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, and back down. Really using the outside of that glute to lift and lower. Maybe feeling that burn in that standing leg. I certainly am. Lifting up, picturing any dog you see in CW or around wherever you're at, peeing on a fire hydrant. We have 4, 3, we're gonna pulse it. 2, last one, pulsing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job. Take a minute, regain your breath. We're gonna repeat that all on the other side, but we're gonna mix it up a bit with some ballerina squats. Excuse me, I'm regaining my breath. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. I encourage you to do the same. Good work, everyone. I can't see you, but I know you're all doing great work. Placing one hand on the bar, you're gonna bring your feet together. For these, you have the option to do a normal squat, which would mean your feet are shoulder distance apart. You have a nice space between those legs. You're gonna shoot those hips out, keeping those knees above your ankles, not going out towards your toes. Weight evenly distributed, nice proud chest, meaning if you had something written on your shirt, people could read it. Or if you want an added option, thank you, it's all right. Just making sure, so bringing your feet together, you're gonna do a facilitated squat. So these are just a little bit different. You're gonna have the same positioning, your toes are just, and feet are just smushed together now. You can either have a hand on the bar, or you can just bring them off to your sides and bring them to heart center, whichever you prefer. With this position, you're gonna shoot your glutes back, still keeping that similar positioning, nice proud chest, Knees not going above your toes and straightening. I'm going to show you at the side so you can see what it looks like. So it's just a little bit different since those feet are now nice and tight together. We're just going to start slow and then add on. Making sure you're using that core to stabilize you. So we straighten and lower. We're going to have 4 more, and then we're going to do a double time. 3, 2, last one. We're going to do double time, up and down. Leaning into that elevated heart rate. You guys set intentions for why you came here today and following through whatever intentions those were. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. We're going to add on this time. When we come up, we're going to come up into releve, raising our heels, and then coming back down to that squat and lift and lower. Lift up, lower. You probably won't be able to do this at that double time pace. Doing it at whatever pace you need to keep the correct positioning. Whew, my arms are getting a little confused. That's the mind-body connection. We have 4 more. 3, last 2, last 1. All right, we're just gonna do this now with our feet raised up off the ground if you would like for this added option in releve. So you probably will need that hand on the bar now, but similar positioning. You're just gonna come down to a squat. Maybe you're not as low down as you were before, and straightening. I'll show you on the side so you can see it. You can use both hands on the bar if you would like, or one. So we do this positioning all the way down and all the way up, keeping that proud chest, not leaning over too far, nice and controlled. Maybe those legs are shaking when you go down. Mine certainly are. Whew. We have 4 more, and we're gonna pulse it out. 3, last 2, last 1. This time when we come down, we're pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job straightening those legs. Give yourself a second to breathe. We're gonna repeat our lunge series on our opposite side. So get ready for that. Prepare yourself, and then we'll transition to our mat. So bringing both hands on the bar, you're gonna shoot back whichever leg wasn't before. For me, that's my left leg. So shooting that left leg back, we're just gonna do our lunges just like we were before. Hips square towards the bar, nice spotlight position. We're gonna come down to a nice 90-degree angle with both those legs, making sure our knees are, and our front leg is above our ankle, not going in front of our toes. So we come down and straighten. Whew, making sure we keep our balance. Maybe those legs feel a little bit more tired. Mine certainly do. We straighten and lower. First full range, then we got that mid, and we have that pulse, and then we have our donkey kicks. Whew. Keeping that centering of balance for 4, 3, last 2, last 1. We're going all the way down now and halfway up. All the way down and halfway up. Whew, great job, everyone. Oh, feeling that burn on those legs. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we have our pulses, 2, 1, staying down. We're pulsing for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo, that is a burn. I am really burning out our legs today. Bringing that weight onto our front foot, making sure we still have a slight bend in that leg. We're gonna do our donkey kicks and our fire hydrants to finish up our bar portion. So with a slight bend in that standing leg, we're gonna have our lifted leg, nice 90-degree angle, foot flexed. And we're gonna bring that into our chest and kicking it up towards the ceiling. Once again, picturing that there's a string on our heel and it's being pulled up towards the ceiling and in. I always say when I wear my headphones, I feel like you guys get some ASMR with my breathing, so I apologize for that, but I want to make sure you can hear me nice, so just to hear me extra nice, I guess. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. We're going to stay up and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost done. Bring that leg in. We're doing our fire hydrant, so lifting it up towards the side and lowering. Really picturing that dog. Maybe it's your dog, maybe it's a neighborhood dog, but whoever you're picturing that nice red fire hydrant as we lift and lower. As we finish up our bar and leg section, we have 4, 3, 2, last 1. We're staying up and pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, lower down, regain your breath. That was a killer leg section, so congratulate yourself. We're gonna stretch out our legs a bit and then finish up with our core. So bringing our right leg on top of our left into a nice chair position, we're gonna stretch out those glutes a bit using that bar to stabilize. Whew, we really burned out those legs, so giving yourself all the stretching you need. We'll stretch more at the end of class. But I like to incorporate some into our entire class. Bringing that right leg out, you're just gonna bring it into a nice hamstring stretch, calf stretch, excuse me. It's later in the day, guys. Sometimes things get mixed up. I'm sure you all feeling that too right now. Good work. Bring that left leg on top of that right. Then we're gonna go into that seated position again. Really breathing into that stretch to have a nice deep stretch of those leg muscles. Good work. And then bringing that left leg back to stretch out our calf. Good work, everyone. I am a sweaty beast right now. I'd like to share that. I think it's important that I share with you how sweaty I am. Alrighty, so we're gonna transition into our core workout. So you can meet me on the mat. Maybe grab a quick sip of water if you would like. We're gonna work the entirety of our core, back of our core, our abdominals and our obliques. We'll get a nice well-rounded core workout and then go into our nice stretching. So bring your arms down in front of you. We're gonna have your feet bent in front of us. We're gonna go into an earthquake position. If you want, you can grab a throw pillow to put at the bottom of your back, right near that tailbone. So you place like right here. If you want to cushion your back, it's not necessary, but it is an option if you would like. Bringing those arms out in front of you. We're gonna tilt back with a nice flat back, engaged core, about 45 degrees. And we're just gonna open our arm up to the side with a nice curve in those arms. Remembering we're ballerinas still. I'm gonna make sure I have room so I can do this. Bring up and close. To the side. Keeping that gaze in front of you. And if you would like, you have the added option to lift those legs off the ground. So we're now using our core to keep us nice and engaged. Maybe it's shaking a bit more. This is why we call it the earthquake zone. It's like we're having a little earthquake in our room. We have 4 more, and we're gonna add on 3, 2, 1. Bringing that arm in, we're going to have the option, I'm gonna reposition. You can either have those feet on the ground or lifted, or if you're really feeling it, you can straighten them out in front of you. I'm not going to do that because I am feeling one of my other options today, but that is an option for you if you'd like. Picking that option, you're going to open your arms out to the side to second position, raise them above your head, and then back down and open. So we're going second, first, fifth, and open. I might have mixed those up, but only my ballerinas will call me out. Maybe there's some of you in here I know there's at least one who did ballet with me, so hi. And if you would like, you can lift those legs off the ground using that core to stabilize. Keeping that gaze 3 to 4 feet in front of you. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good work. Rolling back onto your feet. Ooh, I am sweating up a storm, guys. We're gonna use our hands in front of us to lower slowly down towards the ground, pressing the bottom of our back onto the ground, then each vertebra of our spine, our shoulders, and then our head. For our next portion of our core workout, you have 2 options. You can either be up on your forearms like so, or you can have your shoulders lifted and your head lifted, making a little bucket with your hands if you want that added option. Either way, you're going to bring your feet up into tabletop position. You want your knees above your hips, pressing the bottom of your back nice into the ground, making sure there's no space in between there and the mat or carpet. And with that, we're going to take our right leg and point it out, lift it up, bring it down, and back in. Left leg up or out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. Out, up, down, and in. Using the momentum, getting a little bit of a rhythm with it. I don't know what song you guys are listening to, but if the beat warrants it, maybe you can do it with the beat. We have 4, 3, ooh, I keep messing it up. 2, last one. Good, keeping those legs in tabletop, keeping your head lifted or on those forearms. We're just going to shift into bringing it out and bringing opposite elbow to knee, or if you're on your forearms, you'll just be bringing it out like this. So choosing whatever option you want, we're just going to bring our legs out and in. Never resting in tabletop now. We're just shifting between those two. Feeling that burning in our core as we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. We are almost done with our core workout. You guys are doing great. We're going to bring our legs down into a nice butterfly position to work our lower abdominals, and then we'll work our back and do our warm-up. So bringing our arms up towards our sides. If you were on your forearms, come down onto our back. We're going to bring our hands in between us and crunch up, looking towards our toes that are in a nice butterfly position, and then coming down. Making sure that when you're doing this, you're really using that core to contract and to lift you up and lower. If your neck is feeling at all uncomfortable, you can use one of your hands to create a nice little bucket with them. Feeling that. Makes that lower portion of our core, excuse me, this is our upper core. You're feeling it. You're probably like, Claire, what are you talking about? I don't feel it there. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Good work. We're going to finish up our core workout to make sure we get the back of our core as well, because that is a very important section as well. So flipping onto our back, so we are on our belly. We're going to place our hands out in front of us, toes out in front of us, and we are going to lift up off the ground like we are flying, like we are Superman. And we're going to lift our right arm and left leg, and then switch to our other. We will start at a slow pace, and then once you get comfortable, we're progressing and holding for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, good job, everyone. That finishes up the work portion of our class. We're now going to transition into our stretching portion, our cool down. So you can go down, play that some cool down music. I got some landslide and calmer songs towards the end if you would like. Just laying flat on the mat. Just regain your breath, breathing in for 3. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Bring your hands right towards your shoulders, using the momentum of them. Lift yourself up to a nice stretch. Feeling that nice stretch in that core. Looking down towards the mat. And then shifting your weight back so you're in a nice child's pose position. I love child's pose. Feels a nice deep stretch. If you want an added stretch of that back, walk those hands out towards the right slightly towards you till you feel that on your left side. And just breathe in for 2, 3, and exhale. 1 more breath. Walking in towards the center. And then out towards the left, feeling that stretch on our right side now. Breathing in again. And exhaling again. 1 more breath in. And exhale. We're going to come up and flip onto our back to finish, to stretch a bit more. So laying down onto our back, bring your legs into your stomach, hugging them nice and tight. We did a lot of work with our legs, so we want to get a lot of stretching and cool down today. Shoot that left leg out straight towards the ground and keep that right leg hugged in towards your belly. Roll that right ankle and then roll it the opposite direction. Placing your left hand on the ground, taking your right hand, you're going to push that knee over your body till it falls towards the ground while making sure those shoulders stay planted. And you're just going to face your head towards the opposite direction for a nice twisting stretch. Breathe in for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 1 more breath in. Coming back in again. Bringing that right leg in for 1 more hug before we shoot it out and have our left leg in. We're now hugging in that left knee. Roll that left ankle 1 direction and then roll it the opposite. Plant that right hand on the ground. Use your left hand to push that knee across your body till it falls, making sure those shoulders stay planted and look in the opposite direction. Breathing in and exhaling. 1 more breath. Good. Roll back up. Bring both those legs in again. We're going to open up those hips a little bit again. Grab your heels, open them up so your toes are facing towards the ceiling. This is a nice happy baby stretch. Feeling those hips open, maybe rock to the right, rock to the left. Feeling that nice deep stretch in those legs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're rolling up. We're going to transition back up, bringing our right leg in so we're in a nice deep runner's lunge, that knee above that ankle. Lift that right hand up towards the ceiling for a nice deep twist. Using that breath to lean into that stretch of those glutes. 1 more breath in and out here. Good. Lowering it back down, shooting that leg out into a plank position before bringing that left leg in, and then lifting that left hand up towards the ceiling for that nice deep stretch again. Using your breath to deepen the stretch. Good. Bringing that hand back, bringing your right leg in to meet your left leg. With your hands draped over your body, maybe make a cradle with your hands crossing them. Nod your head yes, and then shake it now. 1 more nod. Good. Drop your arms, slowly stack each vertebra of your spine on top of each vertebra. Finally rolling up with your head, facing towards the mat. We're just gonna grab the back of our head so we're facing down towards the mat, so we're stretching the back of our neck. Good. Bring that right hand back behind your body for one final tricep stretch, pushing that elbow down, walking those fingers back. Transition to the other side. We're gonna finish with a nice big full body stretch, thinking about whatever intentions you set for today and how you met them. You dedicated 45 minutes to yourself. Now you can have a great rest of your night, whatever that might be. Bring your hands above your body, stretching out, maybe grasping those hands together, reaching out towards the ceiling, thanking yourself for all that you did, and then bringing those hands to heart center and finishing our class. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but you can stay along for any questions.